Have you gone through the exercises? Any doubt? Okay, we are starting the second chapter, that is structure of atom. We have already learned in class 9th Thomson's model of atom, Rutherford model of atom, little bit Bohr model of atom. In Thomson's model, that is plum pudding model, we have seen the positive charges and negative charges, how they are arranged. Electrical neutrality could be explained by Thomson's model. In Rutherford model, alpha scattering experiment, you must have learned. You learned, I only taught. So, alpha particles were sent to see the interior part of this atom. And based on the stability, means Rutherford could not explain the stability of atom, he could not explain the electronic configuration of atom. So finally, means after Rutherford, Bohr put forward his atom model. So two postulates you have already learned in class 9. Now we'll be learning extra detailed version of Bohr model here. Bohr model onwards, in your syllabus you have Bohr model onwards. Bohr could explain the atomic structure only of hydrogen, means single electron system. H or He plus. He plus means one electron gone. He plus means one electron gone. That means He plus has got only one electron. H atom has got only one electron. He plus, He has got two electrons, but He plus has got only one electron. So He plus is a one electron system. Sujal and Rakshita Bansali. What about lithium? Lithium has got 3 electrons, but lithium 2 plus means 2 electrons gone. Lithium 2 plus has got only 1 electron. So Bohr could explain only 1 electron system, whether it is H or He plus or Li2 plus, then what, beryllium 3 plus, Be3 plus. So he could explain only one electron system. Multi-electron system he was unable to explain. Now we will be learning the postulates of Bohr model. Bohr said an electron, as long as an electron revolves around the nucleus in a particular orbit or a particular shell, a particular energy level, he called that energy level as stationary states, telling that the energy of the electron is constant there in that particular orbit, in that particular energy level, in that particular stationary state. Energy of the electron does not change with the time. As long as an electron is revolving around the nucleus in a particular orbit, its energy is constant. Now, will this electron lose energy or will this electron gain energy? If the electron gains some amount of energy from somewhere, or we are supplying and the electron is gaining that much amount of energy, in chemistry, energy absorbed means what is supplied, what we are supplying, that much energy is absorbed by the electron. Don't think that we supply 10 kilojoules and the electron absorb only 4 kilojoules. Not like that. How much we are supplying, that much it is absorbing. So when the electron absorbs some amount of energy, it will get promoted to higher energy level. Bohr said, as long as an electron revolves around the nucleus in a particular orbit, its energy is constant. See, suppose electron is in this orbit. If electron absorbs some amount of energy, a particular amount of energy, a discrete amount of energy, that will be promoted to higher energy level. Suppose if it is getting lot of energy, more amount of energy, it will be promoted to a higher energy level. Suppose I am giving ionization energy, that means that will be promoted to infinite energy level. This is orbit at infinity. That means electron, when the electron is at infinity, now the electron is not under the control of this nucleus that has got detached from this atom, gone out. Its energy is taken as zero. That means in the interior shells, the energies are negative, 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 negative. The infinite energy state means electron gone from the control of this nucleus. Now this electron is not the part of this atom. Now this is not an atom, it is an ion. One electron is lost. One electron is lost. In the case of hydrogen, there was one proton, zero neutron, and one electron. One proton means one positive charge. So I'll write one positive charge here. One positive charge. One electron means one negative charge. When the negative charge gone, means a lot of energy I have given, and the electron absorbed that much amount of energy and it got promoted to the infinite energy level. Infinite energy level means it is not under the control of the nucleus. It is not now the part of this atom. That is gone. That is gone. What is remaining here? What is remaining here? Only one proton. So what is the charge? Is it neutral? No, it is positive now. That electron minus charge is gone. What is remaining? Proton here. So this species, we write it as a positive species. This is hydrogen, so I will write H plus. Now it is not an atom, it is an ion. My point is only this much. When electron absorbs some amount of energy, it gets promoted to higher energy level. If it loses from there, if it loses energy from there, it will be falling into lower energy level. So these orbits, what you learn in class 9, orbit, 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 we will be calling energy level, energy level, energy level, or stationary state, stationary state, stationary state. So this is another postulate of Bohr. Bohr put forward these ideas. Number one, write down first, number one, postulates of Bohr model. Postulates of Bohr model. Number one, electron in hydrogen atom. Electron in hydrogen atom. Electron in hydrogen atom moves around the nucleus. Moves around the nucleus in circular path of fixed energy. In circular path of fixed energy called orbit or energy level, called orbit or energy level, or stationary states, or stationary states. Number two, energy of an electron, energy of an electron in an energy level does not change with time, does not change with time, does not change with time. However, when an electron moves from a higher energy level to lower energy level, higher energy level to lower energy level, energy is emitted. Energy is emitted. Full stop. When an electron moves from, ulta, when an electron moves from a lower energy level, a lower energy level to a higher energy level, to a higher energy level, energy is absorbed. When an electron moves from a lower energy level to a higher energy level, energy is absorbed. Full stop. Continue. The energy change does not take place in a continuous manner. Energy changes or energy change does not take place in a continuous manner. Now, how much energy is emitted, how much energy is absorbed? That is given by, see, suppose electron moves from here to here. This is E1, E2, E3, E4. These are the energies of different orbits, different energy levels, different stationary states. Now the electron is having the energy this much E2. When it moves, when it absorbs some amount of energy, suppose this much amount of energy, this much, that is delta E. Delta E. When it absorbs delta E means E3 minus E2. Energy E3 minus E2. E final minus E initial. When it absorbs this delta E, it will get promoted to E3. Or we can write E3 minus E2, that is delta E, which is equal to h nu, where h is known as Planck's constant and nu is the frequency of that radiation emission. What is emitted? Some light ray, maybe some energy is emitted, some waves are emitted, yes, some waves are absorbed. Now when it promotes from here to here, some amount of energy is absorbed, means some waves are absorbed, some wavelength is absorbed, yes, some frequency. You can talk energy, frequency, or wavelength. The same thing you can talk in terms of energy. One characteristic is energy E, other characteristic wavelength lambda, other is frequency. They are connected how? H nu is equal to C by lambda, where C is the velocity of light. That is the velocity of electromagnetic radiation. There are so many electromagnetic radiation. This is one radiation. One radiation is absorbed, or the energy corresponding to that radiation is absorbed. Probably, maybe, suppose electron is here. If it absorbs a lot of energy, suppose it may got promoted to here. That means this is E1 and this is E3. What is delta E now? E3 minus E1. E3 minus E1. So when it absorbs some amount of energy, it gets promoted to higher energy level. That change, delta E, is given by h nu. Delta E is given by general. Delta is equal to h nu, where nu is equal to C by lambda. This 1 by lambda is called by another term called wave number nu bar. This is another characteristics of a wave. So here hc into 1 by lambda means hc nu bar. hc 1 by lambda means nu bar. So I can write it as hc nu bar. So these are the important equations that you have to learn. Delta is equal to h nu, the amount of energy absorbed or the amount of energy released. If it is absorbed, this value will have a positive sign. If it is released, the value will be having a negative sign. Negative sign means amount of energy is released. Positive sign means amount of energy is absorbed. Amount of energy, whether it is positive or negative, amount is amount only, whether it is emitted or whether it is absorbed. Amount is amount only. If it is released, we will be putting a negative sign. If it is absorbed, we will be putting a positive sign. But the amount is, amount does not affect, does not be affected. That amount will not be affected by this sign. Sign shows only whether it is released or absorbed. For released, negative. Write down, released energy has got negative sign. Released energy has got negative sign, while absorbed energy has got positive sign. Absorbed energy has got positive sign. H is a constant called Planck's constant. H is a constant called Planck's constant. 6.6 into 10 to the power minus 34 joules second. 6.6 into 10 to the power minus 34 joules, J, S second, joules second. Okay. Now write the third postulate of Bohr. Third postulate of Bohr, energy emitted or absorbed. Energy emitted or absorbed between two energy levels. Energy emitted or absorbed between two energy levels is given by delta is equal to h nu. Delta is equal to h nu, where h is known as Planck's constant. Where h is known as Planck's constant. PLANCK apostrophe S. PLANCK apostrophe S. Planck's constant is equal to 6.6 into 10 to the power minus 34. 6.6 into 6.6 into 10 to the power minus 34 joules second. Mu is the frequency of a radiation, frequency of a wave. One wave is absorbed, yeah, one wave is emitted, or we say that frequency is absorbed, or that frequency is emitted, or we say that wavelength is absorbed, or that wavelength is emitted, like that. Mu is the frequency. From this, you can calculate mu, delta E, whatever it is asked, you can calculate. What is the relation between frequency, wavelength, and that velocity of light? That is nu is equal to c by lambda. So write down delta is equal to h into c by lambda. H into c by lambda, where c is the velocity of light. Where c is the velocity of light means electromagnetic radiation. All electromagnetic radiations. So many electromagnetic radiations are there. X-rays, gamma rays, UV rays, FM means frequency modulation, AM amplitude modulation, then microwave, then UV, then what, IR radiations means infrared radiations, UV radiations means ultraviolet radiations, cosmic rays, then what, visible light. Among these radiations, we can see only this visible light. See, white light or WebGeor, white light, which is made up of 7 colors. So white light or WebGeor, only those things we can see with our naked eyes. Other radiations we are unable to see. The heat radiations from our bodies, IR radiations, we are unable to see, but it is heat radiation. Microwave, in our microwave we heat our food, We are unable to see that radiation. We just believe. UV light in washing machines, they say UV light is UV radiation is given to kill the microbes and all, but we are unable to see that radiations. We just believe what the washing machine company says. In this, UV light is applied, UV radiations are applied, which clean means which disinfect your clothes, which we are unable to see. IR cameras are there. We just believe means during the fog, if you want to take clear photographs, then IR photography. We just believe UV radiations are coming from the sun. We are unable to see. While white light we are able to see from the sun. Visual we are able to see different colors. We are able to see, but UV light we are unable to see. So many radiations we are unable to experience or see. Only visible region we are able to see. Human eye can detect only visible: violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, red, and its combination, that is white light. Okay, so there are so many radiations. All these radiations are called electromagnetic radiations because these radiations have got two components. When they travel, when they propagate, they have got two components: electric component and magnetic component. Means an electric field will be created and a magnetic field will be created, which are mutually perpendicular and are perpendicular to the propagation of the radiation. So many radiations are there. All these radiations are called electromagnetic radiations. They travel with the same velocity, that is 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. So C is constant, that is 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. Okay. 1 by lambda is called nu bar. So you can write this as Hc nu bar. Write that also, Hc nu bar. So that's the third postulate of Bohr model. And fourth postulate you write angular momentum. Angular momentum. What is meant by momentum? Momentum is mass into velocity. A running person has got a momentum. Suppose you are running a 100-meter race and you want to stop when the 100 meters get over. When the 100 meters gets over, you want to stop there, but the momentum in your body is pushing, crossing that line, and you are again moving little forward. When you are taking the rope and you are going, the rope which is kept at 100 meters, you are pushing that rope and you are going. Actually, you wanted to stop at that exactly 100 meters when it ends, when it finishes. But the momentum in your body is pushing you, taking you a little further. So mass, if mass is more, momentum will be high. Velocity is more, then also momentum will be high. Momentum is given by mass into velocity. That is called linear momentum. You are running linearly, straight you are running. But to run in a circle, you need not only linear momentum, you need angular momentum also. In angle means you have to see the radius of that circle. Radius of the circle. You are running on the circle, and according to the distance of that circle, you need that angular momentum. So angular momentum is given by MVR, MV into R, the radius. MVR, that angular momentum, that one electron to move in a circle, it should have angular momentum. Angular momentum is given by MVR. MVR. So for an electron to move in this circular path, it requires not linear momentum, it requires an angular momentum, which is given by MVR. It is found that angular momentum is equal to an integral multiple of h by 2 pi. So write down angular momentum of an electron. Angular momentum of an electron in a given energy level. Energy level means orbit, yes, stationary state. Angular momentum of an electron in a given energy level can be expressed MVR is equal to an integral multiple of h by 2 pi. H by 2 pi. H by 2 pi. M is the mass of the electron. 9.1 into 10 to the power 9.1 into 10 to the power minus 31 kg. That is the mass of the electron. MVR is equal to NH by 2 pi. From this you can calculate 2 pi r, that is the circumference of that circle. Circumference of that circle 2 pi r is equal to NH by MV. Two pi r is equal to NH by MV. So that is the circumference of the circle, which you can calculate if it is required. Okay, angle where n is equal to 1, 2, 3, an integral multiple where n is equal to 1, 2, 3, etc. 1, 2, 3, etc. These are the four postulates, 4 points, 4 postulates of Bohr model. Next paragraph, you write, thus an electron can move only in those orbits. Only in those orbits where its angular momentum is an integral multiple of h by 2 pi. Integral multiple of h by 2 pi means 1h by 2 pi, 2h by 2 pi, 3h by 2 pi. Only these things are allowed. Only these orbits are allowed. Full stop. That is why only certain fixed orbits are allowed. That is why only certain fixed orbits are allowed. Karthikeya Saxena is unable to enter the class. Many times he is entering. Okay, next heading. Details of H atom by Bohr. Details of H atom by Bohr. Some points you write. A. Energy levels for an electron are numbered. Energy levels for an electron are numbered as n is equal to 1, 2, 3, etc. 1, 2, 3, etc. B. The radius of an orbit r is equal to n square a naught. R is equal to n square a naught. N square a naught. We'll continue tomorrow. Thank you all of you.